Hello,
Hello, Dr. Amir. Just
welcome.
moving some windows around here and
Of course.
getting set up here. All right.
Good, good, good. Well, it's
Looks
a
like
pleasure
everything's
to
good.
make your acquaintance. How are you?
Yes, you too. I'm okay. How are you doing?
Good, thank you so much. So, my wonderful friend, let's get started. I'd like to ask, is there anything in particular you'd like us to focus on today?
Yeah, I have two focuses. So one would be like my career. I feel like to a degree in my career, I'm like on a subconscious level, like blocking myself from like really achieving, whether it's like fear or doubt. I just feel like I'm not able to like reach my potential or manifest at my highest level. And then the other thing is like I just have weird experiences. It started with like shadow people years ago, and it just gets weirder from there. So I'd like to like ramp up my defense or protection. So it's all these things happen like while I'm sleeping. So one was shadow people years ago, and then uh, it's always like when I'm waking up. But there was like an old lady in like white that showed up. There was another time where I was asleep and I was in a dream, and in my dream I ended up in my bed. I sensed the presence of someone standing over me. I could sense them like pressing my back in, getting under my armpit to wake me up. I open my eyes, and at this point I'm actually awake. I see a black spider that's like this big, like the size of my hands. Its legs are scrunched up. I jump out of my bed, like panicking. This thing, I'm looking at it, it starts scurrying off, running up my bed stand or whatever onto my wall. As it's running up my wall, its legs spread out and it starts like dimming, like it phasing out of my visual. At this point, I'm wide awake. I grab my flashlight. I'm trying to look for this thing. I'm like, what's going on? Another time, I was taking a nap. I was waking up. I sensed the presence of a dog, and I couldn't see the dog. This was something I couldn't see. I could just sense its presence, and I could sense it like on me, then on the ground. I could sense when it's about to jump up on me. I could sense its four paws. I could sense where its head was in space or in relation to me. And I had like partial separation where like my energy arm will lift up and it like came under its head onto my hand and put its head. So I was like having my arm on it. Um, let's see. And then there was like I looked up and there was like a crab on the ceiling, but it was like instead of just like on the wall like with its claws, it was like hanging down sideways. And when I looked at it, it zoomed off through the through the room. Like it didn't crawl away or anything; it just flew off. And then so the other thing is like partial separations. I'll wake up and my arms will suddenly like be out of my body. I know it's not my real arms, and my legs will be up at like a 45-degree angle, and I know it's my energy body because I would I don't have good range of motion, so I would feel like a strain or a stretch, and I don't feel that, so I know it's my energy body, and I'm having this more and more. It happened to me again last night, where this morning around 3 a.m. I woke up and I could feel the presence of someone, and I could hear like outside of my room like a glass, like think of a glass with water and ice in it, and I could hear the sound of this ice clinking on glass. And then next thing I know, I'm partially separating, but I feel like someone is like pushing me up or messing with me. Like I just feel like I'm partially separating, and I have fully separated,
Yeah.
like on purpose. When I would wake up in an in between state, I would just be like, "Oh, I can separate right now," and I would just sit up, and I could feel like it's like a magnetic force between my energy body and my body, and I
Hmm.
just push through it and pop right out. So sometimes I do it on purpose, but other times it's like spontaneous without me trying it or anything.
Right.
And then on Friday, I was taking a nap in the afternoon, and I was cycling between like being awake, being in a dream, and then just kind of being somewhere in the middle. So like I woke up, I recognized I'm in sleep paralysis, my body, I can't move, and I'm going back into the dream, coming out of it, and I sensed the presence of a red dragon. And it's accompanied with like this thing, I could see it's kind of energy, it's kind of smaller, and it's going around like horizontal. And then off in the distance, I could see like a white dragon kind of going up. And there was like another thing, it was like either a black dragon or like a shadowy dragon figure. So I have like all of these weird things keep happening, and now they're getting closer and closer together. Like less time between these events. So
Mhm.
I don't know what's going on with all that. That's probably a lot to
Understood.
unpack. But
Well, seems like something big is about to occur, something positive in the nature of greater awareness or some dormant ability kicking online. This is good. So,
okay.
may I ask about your career? What area are you in? What do you do?
Yeah, so I started trading. So I feel like I followed synchronicities as they are presented to me, and it led me onto this path where I wanted to leave my job and start trading. And I know there's like a lot of fear and self-doubt is just built into that. But I just feel like I have days, and it's not all the time, but it's just like some days I just feel like I doubt myself or hesitate, or some days it's just like I feel like, am I really worthy of like really achieving this? And I've been at it for about 4 years now. I've put a lot of time into it with doing all the right things I'm supposed to do.
Okay,
But I just wonder if like some aspect of myself is like blocking me from manifesting to my highest
hmm,
potential. So,
okay, okay. Well, so all of this that you have described since the beginning of our conversation, every aspect would benefit from greater self-esteem and
mhm.
self-trust.
Yeah,
So the same with the, let's say, non-physical abilities about to pop online. There could be some element of injury to, let's say, the solar plexus, the center for your self-esteem, endurance, and so on. So we'll have a look at that together.
okay.
But all in all, you're right at the brink of going supernova. So there are discrete bands of energy. This exists everywhere in all aspects of life. That you need to reach that. And once you pass the threshold, then something occurs. I think that this is where you
Yeah,
are right now.
it feels
So,
like that. Yep.
yeah, yeah, yeah. With the increased frequency of the experiences and they're becoming more vivid. So, we'll have a look together. The beings and entities that you are seeing, these are residents of the astral plane. And so your ability to perceive them and then also connect it to the physical brain and the memory, this is getting bigger and stronger. What I would respectfully recommend is some astral landscaping.
Okay,
So,
what is that?
uh, okay, so imagine right now you're sitting in a home. There are windows and doors. There's probably a fence around, because if these are not there, insects and animals and probably people will come in. So your astral landscape, which is immediately around you, if it's just left as is, everything will have access. So it's very simple. It's just a one-time thing that you change the settings. No defense or barrier is perfect, but still it does a 90% enhancement, meaning the very small ones. And so usually they're curious.
Hmm.
They exist everywhere. As your ability grows, you'll be able to perceive these in awakened state. A good way is just to focus on the horizon or on the sky at daytime, relax the gaze, and then you'll start seeing all these orbs, trillions of them everywhere.
Wow.
Right? So that's just a gentle shift in your zone of consciousness. So this is one of the gifts you already have. It's coming online on its own. And then let's see, perhaps I'll be able to suggest certain meditations or practices that will give you control over this. Meaning
Okay.
that, okay, you're wanting to come online, let's give you some extra horsepower, extra oomph.
Okay.
So, thank you so very much for being so thorough. I think we've got a good idea what we need to be working on together. So let's get started. I usually like to begin with cleansing. So excellent. Oh yeah,
Right here. I'm ready to go.
fantastic. All right. So cleansing my space and cleansing my vessel so I may be a clear and pure channel for divine wisdom and healing and so I may serve your highest soul purpose, highest good, and greatest life. Taj, what genetic ancestry do you have?
I'm Guyanese, like Indian, and then Native American as well.
Okay, this is Native American,
Hmm. Okay.
and I'm getting powerful goosebumps all over. Your ancestry on the Native American side are very powerful shamans.
Hmm.
If history had unfolded a different way, you'd already be online, helping thousands of people.
Hmm.
It's an honor to be in your presence, my friend. So something that would really help is going the way of the shaman.
Okay.
Depending on where you are living, you may have access to actual teachers, but if not, this is not a problem. This wisdom is eternal. There have been stages where humanity has been wiped out almost completely. So we've gone through many periodic extinction events. Last one was the Ice Age, one before that flood, meteorites hitting, disease, you name it, it's happened. We've had about 30,000 of them.
Wow.
So, and each one period is about 10 to 12,000 years long. Shamanic wisdom is eternal. And so you're tapping into the real thing. That's the best way. You don't need to worry about the integrity of the person who's giving you the information. It's all you. That is very, very powerful. Okay, so let's now go to the next instrument, additional cleansing through sound. This will help me tune in and see what's around you and what you are emanating, not going into the energy yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Powerful, fluid, and clear stream of energy. So you're not only in physical health, but energetically, this is also true. Many, many lifetimes, you have been a medicine man. Some aspects were feminine, so medicine woman. The gifts you have are of the nature of healing and activation.
Hmm.
This is a auspicious time for you to reach your highest potential, because there are many spots where native tribes would hold ceremony, and then as the Europeans moved in, they massacred them, leaving incredible energy of trauma in the earth. You have the gift of healing and soothing these traumatized ancestors and helping them move on. The event of passing on, if it's very traumatic, sometimes certain beings don't move on. They hold grudges in the form of unfinished business. Many of these sites, now it's interesting that this theme is emerging. Your soul family are finding their way to me. Now you're the third one of the same nature. Places like New Mexico, Colorado, there are holy mountains, 4 of them in that part of the U.S., South and Central. These would benefit from a blessing by you. Nobody else can do this. No one else has the authority to do this in blessing and healing, so that they may continue evolving and go along their path of evolution. So the anger that is stored in is righteous. If I wanted to pick a side, absolutely I would pick their side. What happened was awful.
Hmm.
By any measure of morality, it is unacceptable. And so this is very, very powerful. You have the ability to now wash all this pain away. This is big. The beings that you see, these are spirit animals or spirit guides. Each of them has a certain type of teaching and medicine. So, for example, the desert spider, it teaches you how to conceal yourself, how to survive in the most harsh environment. The one coming in the form of a dog, that is a companion in spirit form, loyalty and protection. You mentioned that you felt it bring its head underneath. This is
Yeah.
something that a friend would do. Just rubbing its head, hey buddy, I've got you.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned the dragons. These are waiting to be reborn at a certain point in our history. With acts of genocide and human sacrifice, the vibration of humanity and the planet came so low that many very evolved beings can no longer emerge, even momentarily. So they're stuck with upper dimensions and the astral plane. Back in time, going back, let's say, 25, 30,000 years, dragons could still hold physical form. And the conversations were telepathic. They would pass on cosmic wisdom, and people benefited from this. Slowly, slowly moving forward, they lost this ability. So their emergence would become very temporary. They'd emerge in a very weakened state, and often they were hunted for sport. Slowly but surely, things are on the mend. So what you have to do with this big picture, it's going to affect humanity, but not just humankind, many other evolved species that were residents of Earth before mankind came along. They will benefit from what you have to do here. In terms of missing knowledge and techniques, don't worry. So what I would respectfully recommend, look at the 4 sacred mountains, and then as your 3D life would allow you, plan on little pilgrimages. It's interesting that you are born in the, let's say, quote unquote, European or Western world, not born among these tribes that are still on preservations. Now, the other side of your bloodline, the Hindu side, this is equally potent. So you see, choosing this particular body that you came in is not accidental. You've got all the gifts of healing and activation from the native peoples of that continent, but then going to subcontinental Asia, India, Bangladesh, even Persia, you have access to a whole other range of very, very powerful and considerably more aggressive ancestors. The natives were noble. The natives of America were very, very noble. They did not sacrifice their principles in order to preserve them. The other side, the Hindu side, they are much more aggressive. This is needed. And so you have the ability to bring both forms of spirituality together in a very, very unique way.
Wow.
So what lies ahead of you is a state of awareness and strength that perhaps your infinite soul has never experienced in a human body before. Things are coming online. So I've got 1% Hindu, but that's enough for me. I've got access to the Persian ancestors. That's a whole other range of magic. And then I've got access to the Nordic, North European people. And so I was born in a range that would, my 3D life, the plan is conducive to me working in this part of the world. You are, if not stronger, equally powerful. You're mixing bloodlines to heal all of them. This is the big picture. The mighty shaman awakens. This is what's going on. Okay, so this would be what's around you, what you are emanating. Still, we haven't gone into the energy structure of the body. I would like to ask your permission and connect with you.
Yes,
Let's
yep,
see
you
if
have my
there's anything
permission.
standing in the way, especially the solar plexus, the self-esteem part, because in terms of awareness, you're right there. May I begin?
Yes, you have my permission. Thank
Thank you very much. Maybe you hear some yobbo is pushing the gas.
you. Yeah, it is.
Calling to my beloved, beloved, source of all sources, source of all things in all domains, asking for clearing, for healing, for activation and remembering, for the removal of all obstacles, for all that is aligned with our highest soul purpose, highest good, greatest life, health, wealth, joy, abundance, excitement, and evolution. May these blessings overflow, and may the overflow wash across the cosmos and serve the highest good of all. So starting from the soul star about a foot above the head, from there we have branches, the shape of the human energy structure, connecting you to all aspects of the soul. No major blockages. Let's have a look. Dimension 8, we've got a little like orb or ball, size of a, let's say, volleyball. Above the head towards the right side of the body. This doesn't belong. Coming down from 8, 7, 6. Again on the right side, something smaller, about the approximate size of a tennis ball. They're not pouring in any poison. They're just keeping tabs on you or observing you. Let's get these out first. They don't belong. Without your permission, you shouldn't be observed. It's bad manners. Okay, dimension 8, no open portal, it's just an object. So going around it in a circular motion, very gently and respectfully entering your energy, grabbing this orb, dislodging from the branches, pulling out of your aura, now crushing and burning it. Dimension 8 and above, all clear. Very powerful, robust branches. You're a very old soul. You've been around for quite a while. So when we reach the jade gate, back of the head, we'll get a full picture where the soul is coming from, what your purpose is, where you're going, that kind of stuff. 7, dimension 7 looks good, and then 6 and 5 and 4. Okay, this is the astral stuff. Getting these out will clear up your astral body. Okay, so 6, 5 and 4, just dislodging these 3. Top one, dimension 6, size of a tennis ball, coming down a little bit closer to the central line of the body, size of a ping pong. And then in dimension 4, quite close to the soul star, we've got something again, size of a tennis ball. So very gently and respectfully entering in from the right side of your head, moving up. Got the first one, got the little ping pong size one, and now the third one. Removing out of the branches, pulling out of your aura and burning. Now little specks of dust. I'm just going to use the rattle to clean it up in back to a perfect condition of cleanliness, washing down the branches, entering into the soul star and bridges at 100%. So the ability to pull in flow is at peak. This is good. Let's see what the rest of the vessel looks like. Maybe we can increase the flow, give you more bandwidth, so to speak, just to pull in more, speed things up. Okay, so obsidian, very absorbent, volcanic glass, one of those things you would benefit from having on your person. Maybe a wristband, maybe something you put in your wallet, very inexpensive. So you can find them on Etsy, probably 10, $15 with postage, but it's well worth the investment. And
Yeah.
then every now and then you just smudge it and clear it. Okay, vacuuming. Branches are in pristine condition. Soul Star in excellent condition, and bridge is looking good. Looking at the crown. So there are a number of obstructions on the crown. Despite of that, you've melted through them. If you see the shape of a messy welding project. So the edges are kind of wavy, they've dried up with the bubbles and everything, and there's an open path, so you're pulling in light. Let's get this stuff off. So almost looks like a helmet. Now, not knowing better, I would suggest that you would have had involvement in certain secret programs, perhaps in this body also. There's something that looks like a World War II German helmet covering third eye, crown, but also back of the neck, preventing you from remembering. And then underneath that, there are usually more implants. So let's get this helmet thingy off. You've burnt through it, by the way. I've never seen that one. So what you're pulling in, that's just in terms of awareness and vision and knowingness, that's just an indication of strength. They're not made to be removed so easily. So, okay, I'll start from the front of the forehead and go in a circle around and dislodge this. So as we remove it, it doesn't snag on anything. Okay, forehead moving above the right ear, back of the head moving a little bit lower, base of the skull, back of the neck, and now coming around above the left ear and in front of the head, full circle. Very gently and respectfully, I'm entering your energy with both hands, grabbing the edges above left and right ear and starting to slide it up and off the crown. Third eye clear, jade gate and crown clear. I'm pushing this up now through the bridge and now gliding it out of the soul bridge towards the left side, pulling out of your aura, and now crushing this and burning it. Some old injuries. Let's fix these. Looking at the crown, we can now break up this stuff. It doesn't seem to be any implants or AI tapped in. That's good. Older injuries, so let's just disinfect the light body in the area of the upper head and then bring in healing. So breaking up any kind of polluted energy, clearing the crown. It's coming off, but it's kind of ancient. It's gotten like sediment being compacted into rock. Just breaking it up. Okay, crown is clear. Now going through the brain, central nervous system, and the rest are just superficial. So going around, and now let's pull all this stuff out. Crown is now fully illuminated and we've cleaned up everything. Now washing over it with light and restoring the light body to perfect health. Original blueprint. There we go. Okay, good. At a certain stage in one of your previous bodies, the head was burnt with either molten metal or let's say hot oil or something. So that's the nature of this injury. But it was a ritual, so the injury would remain with the light body. So it's not just physical. Very sadistic. Now this could have been recent. Let's see, timeline about 200 years.
Okay.
So it's not ancient. It's alive. and I'm getting goosebumps all over. This is why you have the keys to healing these people, because you're one of them. You're one of the teachers, one of the shamans, medicine people. Gave them great comfort, even though the world was falling apart. These barbarians, evil people, were doing all this. Okay, so that is removed. Now that whole event on its own is enough to take away some of the self-esteem and confidence. That is no longer with you. So upper faculties are all open.
Good, thank you.
Third eye is looking good. We kicked up some more dust. I'm just now going to clear the entire head. Going now, base of the brain, third eye. Okay, that's good. Moving now to the base of the skull, your jade gate or upper dantian. Clearing that up. Moving down through the neck and now stopping at the level of the throat. And doing one final pass, cleansing all of this stuff out. Okay, head and everything above, thumbs up. Perfect health and cleanliness. So now let me just have a look at the jade gate. Word coming in, Anasazi. I have zero knowledge of the names of the tribes other than passing. Anasazi I know nothing about. This is the lineage. A red dragon. The red dragon that you are seeing is another aspect of you. Mover and shaker. Right, active. It's interesting that you are wearing this red. That this is a sacred color for you. The red dragon is one of your aspects, but so is the white and the black dragon. Now think of the laws of this particular universe, where you have the light and you have the void and everything in between. So this would be one of these forms. The dragon would have been one of the first forms that you took as you came in. Which means I'm suggesting that your soul is not native to the universe we are in. You're older.
Okay.
You've come in for something very, very specific. So let's go back beyond the dragon. In the multi-universal aspect, you also have dragon form. Now the dragon is usually very large. It holds a lot of capacity for memory and soul. The human body is tiny. It's only a last resort. I'm by nature a black dragon. I share the void with you, but the other side, you're more advanced, you're older. You are safe, you are honored, you are loved and revered. Please share what serves the greatest life of this beloved aspect of you. The dragons are an evolved form of life in the more fundamental stages of their evolution, again including physicality. Reptiles would be part of this. You have the keys to evolve reptilians as a teacher to them also, knowing that when they would have come into this universe, they didn't have free will. All the acts of abomination that they did was without free will. They had no control. They were being guided. Archonic intervention. Once they accept the offer of peace and healing from Source, you're one of the souls that can evolve them.
Okay.
The right way, the divine way. You hold the codes of evolving dragons.
Wow.
This is very potent. Knowing that you are now online, they have motivation to basically switch sides. That is big. Now, these beings, they are very capable, very intelligent, very resilient, brilliant engineers, and they've evolved to the sixth and seventh dimension. You'll be one of their teachers, taking them the rest of the way.
Okay.
This is amazing. Some of those that committed the genocide and the atrocities to the native people, those bodies were containing reptilian souls. Even now, look around the world, all the bloodshed is these beings involved. So their great teacher and their healer, that being who has the wisdom and the authority to ascend them, now is back. That is you.
Wow.
Oh my
Sounds like a
God.
lot of responsibility.
Well, with the nature of the challenge, your ability is also there. One of the purposes coming in would be to experience exactly this type of difficulty, meaning that you don't remember who you are, you don't have most of your gifts, and then you're bombarded with levels of trauma. And then if you can still break through and connect to source, that's an indication that the soul is strong. So from, let's say, level of a multi-universal dragon master, next time round you'll be given the rank of prime creator. So to try your hand at creating life and beauty. Coming down here, you would have seen what not to do, how things really go wrong. But then also your presence has the benefit of healing and evolution. So it's serving you, gaining higher rank as a soul, and then later down the levels of importance, many, many, many others benefit from your presence. Don't be concerned about things like scale, big or small, or numbers, or time, or space, or any of that stuff. That's for the soul. For you, the thing is to heal and break free. That's giving the soul that pass, meaning that you pass the test. So what you are doing, all you need to do is maintain your integrity as you have, living honorably and reaching for source. That's the pass criteria, evolving beyond your current station to further glory. One universe at first, then a whole cluster, and then many, many more. Once you evolve to that stage, what else is there but creating life and beauty? You're not down here for basic karmic lessons. That doesn't apply to you. But then the nature of challenges that you face, the difficulty would equal your ability. It's not an easy life path, but you got this, absolutely.
Yeah.
Teacher, or let's call you the Grand Master of Dragon Kind. You're the spirit guide, the ultimate guide to these beings. That is very powerful. I've never come across this. I've come across certain reptilian queens or monarchs, very powerful psychic abilities like you would not believe. Moving stuff around, telekinesis. I found one of them to be very attractive, and she immediately picked it up, turning around with a smile. Is that how it is? So
I would wink.
I was going, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to. Sorry, not sorry, but yeah. They're all here, they're waiting. Your re-emergence in full power and knowledge, that's their key to capitulate to the side of light. Many other beings have laid the foundation for this. So you coming here in this form, in this body, in this particular time in your life, it's all preordained. It's meant to be this way. Amazing. Okay, so head and everything above clear. Now as we go down lower, let's say vibrations, things get easier. I mean, easy peasy, really. Bottom center, the root, we share with animals. So food, shelter, survival, reproduction, that kind of thing. So the most difficult part is done. The helmet, the burns or the scorch marks, and then 4 listening posts keeping tabs on you.
Hmm.
They're gone. So any intrusion that you may have become aware of, it was these connected to your energy. Okay, so moving forward, let's have a look at the throat. One chord, one major one. And it's usually the result of trauma. Your powerful truth has the ability to injure the fragile egos of many in power. And you're not one to hold back either. So you would have been unjustly punished. This
Okay.
is going back about the same period in time. So around 200 years ago, give plus minus 15 years. Have a look. Where
Okay.
were the Anasazi? What happened to these people? You may even discover your name, who you were, which one of the chiefs or the wise men was burnt in that way.
Okay.
Right? You'll be able to pick up, and it'll resonate with you. You'll get goosebumps or tears will come. The body will recognize it.
Okay.
So let's get this cord out of the throat. So starting from the front, now going around, right side of the neck, back of the neck, coming around left side, and now full circle. Very gently and respectfully, I'm entering your light body from the right side towards the throat, approaching throat, and now grabbing the major cord and all its little roots and tendrils halfway through. Throat is free, pulling it all out from the left side of the neck, pulling out of your aura and burning it back to where it comes from. A lot of emotion. Yes, I'm sorry you had to experience this. But it makes you wiser and stronger. That's the purpose. We all have our own burdens. So now I'm just going to disinfect and cleanse the throat, and then we'll wash over with light and restore. So cleansing, breaking up all the residue into fine dry sand, and now vacuuming it out of the light body. And now washing over with light, filling up all the cavities left behind, restoring to highest blueprint. Okay, throat and everything above, thumbs up. Next one is heart. Let's have a look at solar plexus. Yes, solar is damaged. Heart, not too bad. Solar damaged. Sacral, good. Root can use a little bit of a boost. Okay. Everything is just a matter of sequence now. Nothing big. Let's heal the heart. My wonderful friend, as divine beings we love, and sometimes we get hurt. This could be through loss, through heartbreak, through betrayal, or through others seeing our loving nature as weakness and abusing it. Some of it might be this life, some earlier down in childhood. Quite a lot of it usually past incarnations. So every time this perfect jewel that is the heart is injured this way, it is chipped or cracked, and then cords and roots can grow in and start pulling energy. In order to heal it, we're going to call back all the energy of love, melt the heart, and cast it brand new, as if no injury ever existed. Okay, very gently and respectfully entering from the front of the chest and now surrounding the heart, going beneath the heart and supporting it like a soft cushion. In the name of my beloved source of all sources, I call back to you all the energy of love, that you have so graciously and generously given to everyone and everything, all that energy which is in imbalance. It belongs to you. It must be with you. I call it forth. Okay, vortices coming in from all over, entering the heart and starting to heat it up. It's losing solidity like jelly, melting from the edges inward. And we've got a perfect liquid. I'm just going to scoop through and remove all the implants and cords and tendrils. I'm halfway through. Heart is free, and now pulling all that stuff out from the left side of the rib cage, pulling out of your aura and burning it. 2 external orbs underneath the joints of the shoulders, left and right, big, size of tennis balls or something larger. Let's get these out. So starting from the right shoulder, now going behind the joint, very gently going in from upper arm and now moving up. I've got it, sliding upwards and out of the body. This was also tapping into the heart. So I'm now starting to roll it around itself and pull out all the cords connecting to the heart. And now gliding it out of your aura and burning it. Now left.
I was having shoulder pain too, like at the gym the other day. Like I've just been noticing it lately.
So now the left side of the body, let's dislodge this. And now going behind the joints, above the shoulder and full circle, very gently and respectfully, going in from the upper arm and pushing up. Okay, I've got the second one, pushing up. It's now out of the joint, out of the body, and now rolling it around like a spool, pulling out the remaining cords, going towards the heart, and now gliding it out of your energy and burning it. One more below the rib cage on the right side. This would be affecting maybe liver and right kidney. Let's get this one out. Very respectfully going in, grabbing this remaining orb, pulling it out from the forward side of the body, pulling it forward. Now rolling it around, pulling in all the cords coming out of it, pulling out of your aura and burning. Okay, right kidney and liver clear. Let's go down. This would also affect, the last one we pulled out would be at the level of the solar plexus. So any sort of lack of self-esteem or confidence or endurance or doubt, that kind of thing coming in would have been this. And then there are 2 more, left and right hip joint, same size. So in total, inside the torso, there were 5 of these. Let's get the last 2 out. So starting with the right hip joint, going around the joint itself, very respectfully entering your energy from the upper part of the right thigh, moving up, and now grabbing this and pulling out of the body, and now rolling it around. This one's going down through the leg into the foot and into the earth bridge, restricting your connection to earth. Let's get both of them out at the same time. And now left hip going around, entering from the upper part of the left thigh, going towards the joint, got the orb pulling out, and now rolling both of these around, moving them down as I'm getting all the cords out, level of both knees, level of ankles, entering Let's dislodge this from your root system. So about the level of knees downwards, ankles and feet entering the earth bridge and your root system. This would block the path of light. So now entering your energy from the level of both ankles and pushing down, clearing the earth bridge. And now going around, clearing your major roots. And now pulling all this stuff out of the earth star and root system. Pulling out of your aura and now burning. Corrosive quality, almost like acid. Nasty stuff. So this was going from the level of both hip joints downwards. Wasn't affecting upper centers. There were 3 orbs dealing with that. Okay, path of light is open. Pulling light from the beloved divine and your infinite soul clearly through the body, down through the feet, exiting from the soles of the feet into the earth bridge and earth star and into your roots. And your root system fills the planet. So your energy is anchored here once again. Okay. Good, good, good. Now returning to the heart. It's gaining energy. Let's continue heating it up from a perfect liquid into a gas. Starting to bubble and evaporate. We've got a perfect gas, and now let's continue pulling more of your energy back in. So you have always been a carer for large numbers of people. A tribe, an entire nation. Nothing has changed. This is the nature of who you are. Now in this case, in this lifetime, it's not just your immediate family, relatives and friends, or humankind for that matter. It extends to another species also. This is an evolution in terms of what you have been achieving here. Heart is now getting warmer, the gas turning into a supercharged plasma, and boom, we've got a sun in the center of the chest, and now it's starting to self-cleanse, burning away anything that is not love. In the normal color is not green, it's pure radiant white. So the heart is incredibly strong. And now leaving this stream of energy to come back for as long as it serves you. We can't make the sun warmer, let's make it larger. So starting to expand the sun, that is your heart, filling now the rib cage, peeking out of the rib cage. Now the head fits in. Now anything it touches is burning away the impurity. Now containing the entire body. Anything we didn't directly address is now being cleansed. As the boundary of the sun hits it, it has cleansed, filling the entire room you are in, the entire building and the grounds the building is on, size of a city block, size of a really large city, going now to the size of a country, size of an entire continent. As the sun is getting larger, anything that does not wish you well either has to escape or it's burnt. Now twice the diameter of the earth, cleansing the earth of that which does not serve you, still going, filling our little solar system. There's a lot of energy that you are owed. Filling the galaxy, local cluster of galaxies, and we've got your energy back. Okay, major imbalance. You have been very generous. Okay, so now bringing the sun back to its original size without any loss of strength or energy, back to the boundaries of our galaxy, quickly going back down to the size of our baby solar system, now just containing our little planet, back to the size of a continent, country, very large city, city block, the building you are in, back into the room. Now just holding the body, going back into the center of the chest, and we'll leave it as is. We'll leave it as a sun. It will still, you'll love and feel like normal, but it's too hot for anything to get in. Okay, so other centers in the body through this act of going supernova are cleansed. This is the first level of defense. Anything you don't like, just expand the heart. You've got enough energy for a few galaxies. Don't worry about that. And then you pull it back in. Anything that doesn't serve you either will burn or it has to run. Okay, let's get the second layer of defense online. I'm just going to pull in light to maximum capacity through the body and anchor it into the planet, connecting heaven to earth. And then we're going to pull energy from earth up through your energy structure and connect it to heaven. We need both flows of life going. Okay. Calling to my beloved, beloved source of all sources, source of all things in all domains, calling to your infinite soul, asking for fresh new light, light never used, never circulated, never recycled, light for the purpose of bringing this beloved being to full power. Pulling in tips of the branches, moving down through the dimensions, concentrating in your soul star, powerfully spiraling down the bridge and entering the body from the crown, filling the head, going down the neck and now left and right into the shoulders, down towards your elbows, wrists, and filling the palms all the way to the tips of the fingers. Now washing over throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, tanden, and roots, going left and right into the hip joints, entering the legs, level of knees, ankles, washing the feet, and now powerfully going into the earth bridge, earth star, and pumping light into your root system. Okay, first flow of life force is at full strength. Now calling to our beloved Mother Earth, asking for her healing and her blessings. Your root system fills the planet, so there's a big wave about to approach. Just a little heads up. Pulling in to your root system, concentrating in the Earth Star, powerfully spiraling up the Earth Bridge and entering the body from the soles of the feet, washing feet, ankles, knees, going up the thighs and entering the torso, washing over roots, tanden, sacral, solar plexus and heart, going up, now reaching level of shoulders, going left and right into the shoulders, down to your elbows, towards wrists, palms and tips of the fingers, powerfully spiraling up the neck, filling the head, exploding into the soul bridge, now concentrating in the soul star and feeding earth energy into the branches, all the way to the divine realm. Okay, the earth energy. This did another level of cleaning and washing, pumping out anything that didn't belong the other way around. Could you please give me 3 deep breaths? Let's bring both flows into harmony. Magnificent. Next one. Shields kicked online. And third one. This is from the human vessel. The shields are so hungry. They need so much energy going through. If either of the flows is compromised, the shields go offline. Shield is kind of in the middle of the hierarchy of abilities, meaning that your healing is already online. Healing, defensive and offensive stuff, and then all the rest of the glorious woo-woo, that's coming in. So in terms of having enough energy or life force, now you are at tip-top shape. So first level of defense is the healthy heart with all its energy. You can go supernova, just a cleansing bubble around you and then just will it back in. The morphogenic field or your shield is at full strength. That's the second one. Last level of defense, let's give you the divine fire. So that is in all its colors, not just a small part of it like the violet flame. Okay, in the name of my beloved, beloved source of all sources, I ignite within you and around you the sacred fire of transmutation and evolution in all its glorious colors and frequencies, from black all the way to infrared and red, all the way through violet and ultraviolet, all the way to pure white. May this fire come into action with its own infinite strength and divine intelligence. Anything and everything coming into contact with you will catch ablaze. It may choose to evolve and ascend, or it will burn to such a degree for what remains to be of service to the highest good of all once again. And so you've got three main colors: red, white, and black. The ones that seem to be both extremes of existence, and then right in the middle. Okay, this is the third level of defense. Light body and vessel are completely clear. Not even a tiny speck of blackness remains. It's all pulling in light. Your energy system isn't typical human. You have the discrete energy centers, but each of them are significantly more advanced. That would be dragon. The heart is dragon. That is very powerful, unbreakable. Solar plexus was, let's say, it had some blockage and obstruction, but with the heart, you burned through it. This will keep you in tip-top shape always. Let's see. Last but not least, let's do some astral landscaping. Okay. So I'll give you the strategy I used and another example, and then you may create with your own brilliant genius whatever you wish. So I grew up in a desert climate in Iran, and so I know how deadly the desert can be. So around me, initially I created this ocean of quicksand. Anything coming in that doesn't serve my highest good is going to get pulled in and it just drowns. But then I thought to myself, well, I don't have time cleaning corpses from in the desert. So I turned it into fire sand. So it just burns away and there's nothing left to clean. So it's automated. And then I thought, okay, what if something is flying above the surface? So then I added these octopus plants that would grab anything flying, bring it down onto the fire sand, and the fire sand will take care of it. So far, it's been very effective. Every now and again, someone or something very persistent may get through, but by the time they've made it through, they are at a very weakened state. It'll make it so much easier for you to deal with it. I had another wonderful friend growing up in a cold European climate, and she created a landscape of pine trees, needle trees, and anything on the ground or in the air, these pines would shoot millions of needles and it would just bleed dry as it would hit the ground. Then the trees would absorb it as nutrition. Mm-hmm. So you may think of you've got a castle and you've got guard towers with the miniguns, and then there's a moat and there's barbed wire, and in the moat you've got sharks and alligators, and then you've got a minefield. Yeah, so this is what you think. And once you set this into existence, that is it. Doesn't need to be maintained. See, manifestation in the energetic realms is instant. The slow part is the human body. Down here we have incredible inertia. Things are heavy. We've got sequence, but in the astral and above, your manifestations are instantaneous. So you may choose a strategy. If you like the fire sand, make that your default setting, and then whenever you got time, update it.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, and so
Give it some
we
free.
set this into existence, and so it is. All right, so in terms of flow, health, strength, you are at tip-top shape. And now there's some more information of who the soul is and what you are doing down here. It's cleansing and healing of the land, but also giving those of the reptilian species that are ready their rites of passage. Through teaching, they have to work on it, pay for their mistakes, and naturally evolve. But now the path is open, and you're their spirit guide, you're their grand master. Also, humans will benefit. Let's see, did we miss anything? Let me quickly go through the list. Fear, doubt, uncertainty, that was the solar. It was heavily blocked. That is clear now. Flow coming in, you have already burned through the helmet, but now that is off and the wounds are healed. Let's see, lady in white, admirer, spider, dog, crab, and the dragons. These are beings of the astral. The dragons are other aspects of you. So soul shards of the infinite soul present in other environments, basically taking care of you in this body.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're done. I think we've done everything. Have you got any remaining questions?
Yeah, well, when I first like started experimenting with the idea like that, I'm more than my physical body. I'd heard about like remote viewing and I was trying to do it. I didn't know what it was, but like I woke up in this in-between state and I set the intention to project my consciousness. I don't care where. Just show me something cool is what like I kind of declared. So next thing I know, my eyes fill with like white light and I'm
Yeah.
sort of like in a kind of like a white room or some kind of space and I'm a trader like these candles, these 3D candles were printing and I got the feeling I'm in some kind of onboarding stage and the next thing I know like that ends and from like the center of my vision like a circle opened up like a camera aperture and I'm suddenly like outside but things are blurry so I demand clarity and then like another opening and now everything is crystal clear and I could see like I'm outside and I'm looking at like a man. I remember he was wearing like I saw like blue skies. It was kind of like a Grand Canyon type of atmosphere. I saw like red rocks and stuff, and a man was just like looking out. I think he was like wearing blue. I could only hold it for like 10 seconds, and then that image, I got too excited and I lost it. But like, I've never heard of anyone talk about that. So I'm like, what is that? I wonder if you have any
What you
insights to
just
that.
described is something that many people never reach. It takes many lifetimes to reach that level of mastery. Now it seems that this has been brought in this lifetime too. You're already the master. So really it's just a matter of bringing this new body up to speed.
Okay.
And so towards this, let's see. I want to be respectful of the traditions of the Native American people. So think about a mutually beneficial exchange of energy between you and sacred spaces. So set intention for pilgrimages. Again, so just general guidance. It could be these 4 sacred mountains. But again, look at the map, follow your own intuition. There may be other places that have this effect. Certain sacred spaces have guardian crystals miles beneath the surface. They're sentient. In fact, they're the beings that make natural evolution possible. So without them, a planet would not hold life. Earth has thousands of them, And so then the nodes between their energy lines creates the natural grids, energetic grids of the planet. So these will hold records and information and upgrades for you.
Mhm.
The other would be to meditate on your truest form, the mighty dragon, the cosmic being, and ask for more information. See, evidently, your word holds power, giving that command. So now you are using magic towards magic. You're using whatever you have for whatever it is worth. Right now, you have a certain amount of strength. You're using that to accumulate more. So naturally, there's going to be a process of repetition. From the other side of your bloodline, the Asian side, the Hindu side, they would use mantras or words of power,
Mhm.
and they would repeat them at least 10,000 times. So there's so much chaos going on. This 10,000 reps or 11,000 reps seems to be the sufficient number to integrate the energy. In your case, it may be significantly lower than that number. Just keep in mind there is going to be a process of exerting energy and repetition. Like working in the gym, reps come in. That's the way. There is nothing missing. You don't need any secret knowledge or any guru or any book or any modality. All you need is here now.
Mhm.
And so with practice, you're going to get greater. There's no way around it.
Mhm.
The car wash, the energy car wash that we did, is going to give you an easier time right at the beginning when things may seem more difficult. So now you're at a head start. Do the pilgrimage with the purpose of healing the trauma from the land.
Mhm.
And the ancestors, those that are entangled with this ancient trauma, well, fairly recent ancient times, they will have lots of gifts and blessings. Oh my
Mhm.
God, look at what this being did. We love you. We love you. These are gifts. They are of that noble nature.
Mhm.
And you'll be helping them move on and continue evolving,
Okay.
removing that darkness from these sacred spaces. It will help Earth heal and evolve. And guess what's next? Dragons are returning.
Mhm.
As far as I could see, this is going to take 8 or 9 centuries. Perhaps now, with you doing this major cleansing, they will have an easier time coming back. The new golden age is about 3 centuries away. Now we're at the beginning of the transition. So the worst of the worst is what we are in right now. All the wars, all the bloodshed, more genocide, so many slaves, so much inequality. This is the darkest period in humans' history, going back hundreds of millions of years. And so this time round, there's not going to be any other extinction event. We are saying no. The freaking pirates, including the draconian beings, many species of greys, insectoids, they're also being dealt with by beings like you and I. You've got mastery and the keys of evolution for some of the most powerful ones, the reptilians. They're very intelligent and they have this sense of honor. Although it can become twisted, or when they're under control, it can be used towards evil. But when they are free, they are a noble people.
Mhm.
And so you will be the best thing that they ever had. You'll have the wisdom and also be able to share with them both sides of the story. Being an evolved dragon, but also being in the body of a human, receiving the trauma of what they have done without
Mhm.
any emotion or any judgment, just showing them the truth. And then having access to truthful information, they will naturally choose correctly. So that is your role, starting with strengthening you. Right now, you are the most important priority. All love starts with self love. And then, as you naturally and inevitably get stronger, more of these will come in form of beings in their full form, in their true form, asking for guidance, asking for healing. You will know.
Okay. All right. I think that was all my questions. So thank you very much.
The the
Feel like
the
really calm and like feel
Yes,
good.
good. Yes, yes, yes. And this is your baseline. Now, to begin with, you were at an incredible level of strength, but now tiny obstacles that may have had a big impact, these are now certainly out of your way. Move forward with the confidence that is rightful in every aspect. And if you need anything in the future, you know where to find me.
Yes. Yep. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. I'll send you the recording of our session together. And I bless you. I bless your journey. I bless your life. Continue being awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you
Hope
very
you have a
much.
great day.
You too. Take care. Bye
Yep.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.